What is up, money movers and shakers? It is your boy, the genius financial guru with the 100% real talk. And today, we're diving deep, like Mariana's Trench deep, into a topic that haunts so many of us in our 20s, the feeling of being left behind, of not quite measuring up. And let me tell you, I've been there. I'm there now. And I'm going to tell you something that might shock you. It is okay, more than okay. It might just be your superpower. Many people come to me whispering, "What is the secret? How do you do it? How do you make so much money so young?" And I always tell them, the secret is, there is no secret, not the way they think. Anyway, it is about something far more profound than some hot stock tip or crypto flip. It is about patience, perspective, and a whole lot of anti-intuitive thinking. So, let's peel back the layers of this onion. This so-called trap of your 20s. If you're not where you want to be in life yet, that is not a failure. That is a starting point, a platform, a launch pad. It is easy to look around, to stare at the carefully curated highlight reels on social media, and feel like you're falling behind, isn't it? One friend is getting married, another is buying a house with a white picket fence, another is announcing their third child on Facebook, and yet another is sailing the Aegean Sea on a yacht paid for by passive income. Meanwhile, you're over here, maybe still figuring out if you prefer almond milk or oat milk, let alone your life's purpose. And let's be real, being in your 20s is by far one of the weirdest, most confusing, and simultaneously exciting phases of life to be in. It is a wild ride, a roller coaster of emotions and uncertainty. On one hand, you might see some friends who seem to have it all figured out. The careers, the relationships, the perfect Instagram feeds. Then you look over at another friend still going out and partying, gambling away their life savings several days a week. Like seriously, what are they even doing? Others might be traveling the world, seemingly living the life of luxury, doing digital nomad things. Others happily settled in a small town, raising chickens and growing organic vegetables. Some might be rich, like actually rich, with a nice high-paying job straight out of college, while others might be just struggling to get by, month to month, scraping by on ramen noodles and hope. And then, my friends, there are those of us, the ones who are still figuring things out, maybe even, and this is where it gets personal, living in our parents' basement. And yes, that would be me, your friendly neighborhood financial guru, in my late 20s, in your 20s. Everyone's journey looks so different. It is like a financial mosaic, a tapestry woven with billions of unique threads. But you know what? That is perfectly fine. It is more than fine. It is the beauty of it. If someone told me when I was a little snot-nosed kid dreaming of being an astronaut that in my late 20s I would be living in my parents' basement, I would have considered that a monumental failure, a personal catastrophe of epic proportions. I would have thought, oh my God, my life is over. I've peaked at 8. But now that I'm actually in that situation, and yes, it is a deliberate, strategic choice, I prefer to look at it differently. When I look at where I am right now, living with my parents, it could be so easy to fall into the trap of self-pity, to feel like I'm falling behind, or not doing enough, to drown in the comparison game. But instead, I choose to focus on the positives. Because guess what? There are so many positives. It is like a treasure chest first. And this is a big one for anyone serious about wealth building. I'm saving money, a lot of money. And let me tell you, every single unnecessary consumption, every impulse buy, every fancy coffee you don't really need is like you're personally firing a dedicated employee who is working overtime to build your financial empire. Think about it, that 3,000-hour life cost, the time you spend earning that money, and then you just blow it on something fleeting. That is your life energy, gone, poof. And living at home, man, it is like getting a huge tax-free inflation. Proof bonus every single month. Second, I have a roof over my head, a very comfortable roof with free utilities and occasional home cooked meals. Thanks, Mom and Dad. You guys are the real MVPs. Third, I'm getting to spend a lot of quality time with my family, and these are the moments, the real riches, that money can't buy. You can't quantify the value of family time in a spreadsheet. Fourth, and this is the crux of it all, for all you aspiring financial ninjas out there, I'm able to take the time, the uninterrupted, focused time, to figure out what I really truly want from life. Not what the latest buzzword on LinkedIn is. Not what society says is the right path, but what aligns with my core values, my ambitions, my unique vision. I have the full support of the people in my life that love me. This time, this period of so-called stagnation, is a gift. It is a golden opportunity to build a solid, unyielding foundation for the future. A foundation so strong it can weather any financial storm. Now I spent most of my early 20s in bigger cities for both college and the grind of my first few professional gigs. And don't get me wrong, the city has its allure, the bright lights, the endless opportunities, the fast pace. But when I lived there, I often found myself kind of dragging along in life, moving from point A to point B without much purpose or meaning. It was a constant state of hustle, 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 with very little reward or fulfillment. Like a rodent on a wheel, constantly running but never actually going anywhere. The rat race is a reality, and it is designed to keep you distracted, disengaged, and dependent. There is just something about being near lakes and nature and a quiet place that has helped me focus more. It is like my brain finally has the space to breathe, to think clearly, to strategize, to plot my financial domination. I've made this move to save money, obviously, but more importantly, to plan my next moves in life, the big moves, the transformational moves. I'm very optimistic about the future, despite what society, with its limited definitions of success, would label me as, because society, let's be honest, is often wrong, and its definitions are often obsolete. It is imperative to remember that everyone moves at their own pace. Life isn't a race to the finish line. It is a marathon filled with unexpected twists, turns, and occasional detours that lead to beautiful, unexpected discoveries. And there is no single, universal path to success. What works for one person may not work for another, and that is the absolute beauty of it. That is the essence of individuality. We're all on our own unique journey, a journey that is meant to be explored and savored, not compared and judged. Comparing ourselves to others only distracts us from our own growth. It is like trying to drive forward while constantly looking in the rearview mirror. You're going to crash. No path is smooth and straightforward. Anyone who tells you otherwise is trying to sell you a bridge in Brooklyn. Everyone will be facing challenges, everyone will have their moments of doubt, despair, and utter frustration. And it is through overcoming these challenges, through gritting your teeth and pushing through, that we grow, that we become stronger, wiser, more resilient, and eventually richer, both financially and spiritually. Living at home might feel like a setback. It might feel like you're going backwards, like you're stuck in a time warp, but it can also be a golden opportunity to regroup, to recalibrate your compass, to plan your next strategic moves, and to prepare for the opportunities that lie ahead. Think of it as a strategic pause, a financial boot camp, a mental retreat. You're not losing, you're refueling, you're rearming, you're getting ready for the next phase of your life, the phase where you dominate. So if you're in a place where you feel stuck or like you're not where you want to be, take a moment, take a deep breath, and understand that you're not alone. Trust me, millions of people feel this way at some point in their lives. And it is not a reflection of your worth or your potential. It is a reflection of being human, of navigating the complexity of life. You're still growing, still learning, still moving forward, even if it doesn't always feel that way, even if it feels like you're stuck in a swamp. Focus on the positive things in your life, no matter how small they may seem. It could be as simple as having a supportive family, like I do, bless their hearts for putting up with me. Maybe you're working on a passion project, something that ignites a fire in your belly, something that could potentially be the next big thing, the next game changer, or maybe you're just taking time to figure out what you actually like to do in life. And hey, maybe it is dropping nuke after nuke in Modern Warfare 2 that makes you the happiest. No judgment here. If that is your jam, own it, embrace it. These small victories, these little moments of joy and progress, they add up, they compound, like interest in a high-yield savings account, and they'll carry you through a lot of these tough times. They're the fuel that keeps the engine running, the glue that holds everything together. It is okay to feel unsure. It is okay to not have everything figured out yet. Life is a journey, not a destination, and every step you take, every misstep, every detour, is bringing you closer to where you're meant to be. Trust the process, embrace the uncertainty, and keep moving forward. One step at a time, everything will be all right. I promise you that maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but with time, with patience, with persistence, things will fall into place. They always do. Keep your focus on what truly matters to you, not what the latest trend or the social media hype machine tells you should matter. Don't be afraid to take the time you need to build the life you want, the life that truly resonates with your soul, your values, and your bank account. You're on your own path, your own unique, weird, wonderful path. You don't have to do what other people say. You don't have to conform to some arbitrary timeline. And that is something to be proud of. That is something to celebrate. So if you're living in your parents' basement like me, or if you're just feeling a little lost, a little unmoored, remember, it is okay. You're exactly where you need to be right now. And your journey is unfolding in its own perfect timing. Keep going, keep believing in yourself, and know that everything will be all right. Stay boring, stay patient. Peace out.